So you thought elephants were all cute and cuddly, huh? No manches. Look at this elephant during his failed assassination attempt, and look at this one. He's totally sexually harassing this innocent woman. Oh no! Just kidding. I'm sure my fellow quadruped Dumbo would never sexually harass a female, right, J.K. Rowling? I went into Dumbo a little skeptical because even though Disney can make great films, they also regularly take a steaming pile of crap all over their legacy. However, I was also hopeful because it's nice to see Tim Burton directing and once again teaming up with Danny Elfman. They have such a great history together, and I was hoping they would mix in a little bit of their signature style. Side note, if you've never seen Big Fish, check this movie out. A lot of people slept on this one, and it's a great film. Dumbo is about an adorable elephant who was born in a circus and learns how to fly. The original Dumbo came out in 1941 and is a little under an hour long. I remember feeling really dissatisfied with the ending of the original version because, and this is not an exaggeration, as soon as he realizes his ability to fly, the movie is over in 3 minutes. Seriously, Dumbo's like, okay, I can fly now, and at the end, what I really like about this live-action Dumbo was that it was closer to 2 hours long, and this time was used to expand upon what happens after the original. Though unfortunately, a lot of that time was spent on the humans. There wasn't anything inherently wrong with most of the humans, I just really loved the cute CGI baby elephant. And it's a testament to the skill of the animators that this elephant drives most of your emotions. Especially when combined with Danny Elfman's score that has nice orchestral renditions of classic tunes from the original, like Casey Jr.'s train theme or the Pink Elephant's theme, although I don't think anything beats the original Casey Jr. I saw this film in 3D and I realized towards the end this was a nice taste of what's to come visually when Disney gets around to making a live-action Lion King. Dumbo is adorable and just looking at him makes you wish you could just give him a big old hug. I was worried that perhaps the lack of talking animals and focus on humans might take away from some of the charm, and I know some people will absolutely hate how much was changed because of this. I get it. If I go to see a Dumbo movie, I want to see lots of Dumbo, not the humans. However, if you go in knowing what to expect, this version brings its own charm in the form of eccentric characters and adds some things that just weren't present in the original. For example, the original didn't really have a main antagonist, and this one clearly does. Whether it's humans who are mean or greedy, sometimes it's just nice to have someone to hate. In this film, Danny DeVito plays the circus owner Max Medici. Michael Keaton plays his rival Vanderveer. Out of the two, I think DeVito does a better job, whereas Keaton gets almost too cartoonish sometimes. Colin Farrell is great as usual as Holt Ferrier, a veteran slash performer slash dad to two kids played by Finley Hobbins and Nico Parker. Something about the kids' acting felt a little off, and I suspect some of it was the writing because there was a scene in the movie where the kids make it clear that they fully understand Dumbo's real name is Jumbo Jr., but their explanation for why they decide to keep calling him Dumbo anyway is just dumb. Eva Green plays Colette Marchant, a French performer who works very closely with Dumbo, and she seems to be turning into the next Helena Bonham Carter as she continues to chase eccentric fantasy roles. However, in this case, she's charming without being wacky, and she always seems to have a certain allure about her, although maybe I'm just biased because I've seen her naked so many times.
Completely naked! Completely naked!
Which obviously she can't do in this film.
Aw, man!
It was interesting to see how they would take all the iconic scenes of the original and update them, and thanks to great CGI and a Danny Elfman score, there are times when the film leaves you feeling in awe. However, some of the moments from the original were just better and had more emotion. Also, unfortunately, a few popular moments were just left out completely, like the crows for instance, probably because of fears of being accused of racism. I tend to fall into the camp of people who value freedom of expression. I know many people who don't have a problem with the crows, and I also tend to have faith in children and expect parents to take the opportunity to teach their kids about reality, so certain elements like the presence of alcohol in the original don't bother me. Even if you exclude anything that could be considered controversial, I think it was a shame that they couldn't have at least kept the relationship between Dumbo and his mouse friend. Overall, Dumbo is a good time as long as you know what to expect. I am sure some people will see the missing elements from the original and get pissed and write the film off, but it has some redeeming qualities, and if you are a Disney fan, you'll most likely enjoy it all the same. To be honest though, with all the changes being made, I just don't see any of these upcoming live-action remakes ever being considered as good as the originals. I give Dumbo 7 elephant booty slaps out of 10.
Oh, okay.
Mulan is my favorite Disney film of all time, so I'm expecting it to be properly butchered.